Hey everybody. Yesterday I did a short video on one of the secrets of our legacy training, one of the things that we teach in our legacy classes, which is, do you want to be a jellyfish or a shark? And what that really comes down to is goal setting, right? How you set and accomplish goals. And I got a really good response and a bunch of questions about that. So it got me to thinking as I was driving into work today about kind of how I ended up where I'm at today. And so I'm sitting in my car here. I just pulled up to the school, and I thought I would throw a couple thoughts on video and see if anybody's interested in listening to it. So just to take you guys back, I did pretty good in high school, and I went to Iowa State University. And at Iowa State, I was majoring in mechanical engineering, and I did okay the first couple years, and then it became pretty clear that that wasn't the thing for me. I just wasn't into it. I didn't enjoy it, and my grades started getting worse, and skipping classes and some of the kind of same problems college kids have today. And I was training martial arts as a hobby, 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. It got to be where I didn't have any interest in doing mechanical engineering homework, thermodynamics and differential equations and that kind of stuff. I didn't really have any interest, and I was sliding by. I was doing okay, but my real passion was to do martial arts. And at the time, I had some great, really great role models. Master Hoover from Sioux Falls. If you watch this, you're one of my guys that convinced me to make that change. And so I decided, one semester, my grades they slipped kind of below the C mark, which was sort of the cutoff there at Iowa State. And I just decided, I got to do something. So I changed my major, and I changed to business. I decided I'm going to start a martial arts academy. And at the time, that was pretty high risk. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people actually doing it as a job back then. Lots and lots of people were, teaching it in their garages and stuff, but not a lot of real academies at the time. So I called my parents, and I got the we will certainly support any decisions you make. However, discussion, we had that, and I think they weren't very happy with my decision at the time. I know that they're certainly more proud now, but I moved after graduating. I moved to Sioux City, and I worked at Menards stocking shelves in the morning, and I still see some of the same people that I worked with then at Menards now, which is kind of a trip back in time. But I stocked shelves from 5 a.m. until 9 a.m. So I would leave home at about 3:30, about 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:15, I guess. It's been a long time now, about 4:15 in the morning. So I was getting up at 3:15, 3:30, and then I would go work at Menards, and then sometimes I would get a couple hours nap in. Otherwise I would go direct to, at the time, there was no social marketing of any kind or networking or anything. It was just beat the streets, and I would go hang up flyers at every single gas station. I had a list of like 75 gas stations and convenience stores and grocery stores that would have bulletin boards where I could hang up flyers. And so that's what I did. I hung up flyers. We had our first couple months of classes at Washington Elementary, which doesn't even exist anymore. And that's a whole nother story. Maybe I'll tell you soon how the first classes went, but we got up to about maybe 15 students, and then we moved into our current location, which was a huge jump. There was no way to pay for it. It was just now or never. It's gotta either it's gonna take off or it's not. And we got into it, and we grew. We've grown slowly for a long time. But always with the goal of just being the biggest and the best. And, that concept of being a shark and go out and get it. And, 14 years later, we're coming up on our 14th anniversary in a few weeks. And now we're the biggest and most successful martial arts academy in Sioux City. I spent so many years, just putting in so much time and hard work, grinding. There was a few years where I did my taxes and I calculated, my income, and then I figured out I kind of guesstimated how many hours I had worked, and for a couple years straight, I had worked for less than minimum wage. And now to see that you know, things are just becoming more successful, and the energy of the academy is so amazing right now, and people are so excited and telling their friends, and it's really incredible. So you know, when I talk about the goal setting, and maybe we'll talk a little more about that in the future, but it's definitely something that we live here, and something that if I could give that drive and that passion to go out and get what you want to everybody, that would be my gift to everybody I meet. So this video is a little bit longer, so if you made it all the way to the end, thank you very much, and see you soon.